What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Back on the grind, daily Manchester City transfer updates. So if you are interested, make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 20,000 subscribers. We've smashed past 10,000 subscribers and we're really close to 11,000 subscribers. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Just below the description you can find my merchandise you want to go and buy anything on there. That would be much appreciated to help support me. And also leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 500 likes, and also leave your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. Just wanted to give a big shout out to the latest JSGC member, Glyn Corcoran. Thank you very much, it's much appreciated. If you want to become a JSGC member, then just press the join button to become a JSGC member. And so, we're going to crack on with this transfer update. We're going to start with the outs, and we've got an update on Eric Garcia. Now, he has spoken about his future after the Manchester City game with Lyon, saying that he's remaining tight-lipped on his future. And according to the Barca Times, he's wanting to join Barcelona, but he's not wanting to commit to anything just yet because there is a problem over the fee, is where we're at this moment in time. My stance is very, very clear on this. I want players that want to be at Manchester City only. If you do not want to be here, and Eric Garcia, if he wants to join Barcelona, should be sold this summer. We should be trying to get the best deal possible out of Barcelona. Once we've got the best deal possible out of Barcelona, sell him. I don't agree with standing firm and then having the possibility of Eric Garcia being at Manchester City for another season, then leaving for free. I don't want Eric Garcia at Manchester City if he does not want to be here. I don't want him here a minute longer. I want his future sorted this summer. He either signs a new contract or he is sold. It's as simple as that, whether that to be Barcelona or somebody else, because we're at a point now where we need players that want to be at Manchester City that are going to give their all. And if Eric Garcia's mind is elsewhere, be gone. As simple as that. That's my stance. Now, moving on. David Silva. The saga's getting even more interesting from my last update. Now, Football Italia reporting that Lazio have told David Silva they want word that he will join them now. He's been given a deadline which closed as of midnight yesterday. I'm not too sure what's happened just yet. Maybe we'll get word at some point today whether David Silva has given word that he'll join Lazio or not. Obviously, Lazio have offered David Silva a 3-year deal, a wage of just over £50,000 per week, apparently being offered a private jet as well. David Silva was sent an email last week, which he ignored, from Lazio, asking for a signature to guarantee his move to Lazio. Lazio are concerned that either David Silva doesn't want to join them and wants to join somebody else, or his mind is committed somewhere else. And so they're wanting an answer, and they're wanting it now, and they're putting pressure on David Silva. Now, if I was David Silva and my future employer, and I'm an employee who was putting the pressure on me like this, I'd probably tell them where to go. And I mean that because you want to work for a decent employer. You want to be happy where you work. And it sounds like Lazio are really, really pushy. David Silva's had the biggest week of his career at Manchester City, focusing on his last games with Manchester City and the Champions League, and the last thing he needed was to be put under pressure from Lazio, and that is exactly what they have done. And if David Silva's thinking about his future, and he's having any doubts, if he isn't 100% certain, I wouldn't pursue that avenue. I can sense David Silva not joining Lazio. So I'd like to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. I spoke about on my little video that I did yesterday, my live stream with transfers. David Silva has got a 1-year contract extension offered by Manchester City. Would you be happy for him to sign that if he wanted to be given another year at City to have a goodbye, you would hope, at the end of next season with fans? Anyway, as of this moment in time, though, David Silva will be leaving Manchester City. He'll be going on his holiday, and he won't be coming back to Manchester City, so he's free now to find a new club. And so if he doesn't come back to Manchester City, I wanted to wish David Silva not only the best of luck on his future endeavours, but also to thank him for his commitment and services to Manchester City, and I'm looking forward for the fans saying a proper goodbye to him when he does get his testimonial, when fans are allowed back into the stadium. It's going to be an emotional one, and I'm very emotional right now because David Silva is a wonderful football player. I wanted him to stay at Manchester City until he decided to retire. It doesn't seem like that is what is going to happen. So what happens to David Silva's future from here? Stay tuned. And speaking about a contract, moves us on to Claudio Bravo. His contract is also up as of this season right now. So when he returns back from holiday, he also will not be a Manchester City football player. He is free to find a new club as well. He's getting linked with former Manchester City manager Manuel Pellegrini's club. He's currently managing Real Betis. They're showing a genuine, solid interest in Claudio Bravo. In fact, last I heard, they were set to sign him, so we're waiting to see what happens with Claudio Bravo. But like David Silva, I wanted to thank Claudio Bravo for his services at Manchester City, and I want to wish him the best of luck with all of his future endeavours. Now, moving on to the final story of the outs, John Stones. Daily Mirror is reporting that Frank Lampard, he still remains keen on bringing John Stones in to Chelsea this summer. Now, Chelsea are set to sign Brighton defender Lewis Dunk. That is for £40 million. And because of this, Chelsea want to loan John Stones, which just simply doesn't sit right with me personally. Nothing is to be gained from John Stones sitting on Manchester City's bench, for him actually to be loaned out to Chelsea, for him to more than likely sit on Chelsea's bench. His value is just going to stay at the same. It's going to be wasted, and Manchester City are going to need to spend money to sign another defender. So it simply doesn't make sense. It only makes sense if Eric Garcia stays at Manchester City, and for him to stay, he'd have to sign a new contract. What I don't want is Stones loaned out to Chelsea and Eric Garcia stays at Manchester City but won't sign a new contract, because that isn't going to solve any issues. In fact, I'm going to be extremely angry if that does happen, because that is really, really poor transfer strategy if that does happen. Now, I'm more than happy for John Stones to stay at Manchester City and fight for his place. He seems keen that he wants to do that. I'm happy for him to do that, but I'm not sure that's what's best for him. I think that regular first-team football is what's best for him, and so a loan move to the right club would make sense. Chelsea's not the right club because he won't get regular starts, but move him down to a club that's a mid-table, top-half Premier League team, so I'm talking the likes of Newcastle, West Ham, places like that, where he would get minutes and regular starts. I'm confident that if he does well there, that he'd be able to come to Manchester City and either fight for his place again and would have a rejuvenated John Stones, or his value would increase. Chelsea, they want around £20 million they were willing to pay for John Stones. I presume that's out the window with them spending £40 million on Lewis Dunk instead. I personally reckon, though, I was speaking about this yesterday on my little video that I did, my live stream, that John Stones comes with a Premier League premium. He's homegrown, he's English, he's an England international. So that comes at a cost. Lewis Dunk's £40 million, and in my opinion, isn't on the same level as John Stones. He hasn't achieved in his career what John Stones has. So how can anybody sit there and say Lewis Dunk is worth twice as much as John Stones at this moment in time? John Stones is 26 years old. You can't, okay? So I'm really hoping that if City do sell John Stones, then we manage to get a really good amount, and that amount is certainly a lot more than £20 million. And if Lewis Dunk's going for £40 million, I'd be looking for £40 million, if not more. But that's my opinion. You are free to disagree. Now moving on to the ins. A player Manchester City definitely will not be signing is Everton Suarez. He has signed for Benfica. Manchester City were once upon a time linked last summer and in the winter window as well, but he signed for Benfica. He signed on a 5-year deal from Gremio, 24-year-old forward. He signed for an undisclosed fee, so I'm not sure how much Benfica has spent on him to sign him. He was linked with Everton as well, and so just one from the past for us just to chalk off the board. Now, here we go. What the video's all about. Let's speak about him. Lionel Messi. So, Marcelo Bechler, he's a source at Barcelona. He was reporting that Lionel Messi wants to leave Barcelona. Not next year, which I think is when his contract is up, but he wants to leave this year. He wants to leave this summer. He is unhappy at Barcelona. What has this got to do with Manchester City, you might ask? Well, Manchester City are one of the best placed clubs to sign Lionel Messi should he ever leave Barcelona. We have got one of the best managers in the world in Pep Guardiola in charge of our club. Messi excelled tremendously under Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. That would be a huge pulling factor in trying to bring Lionel Messi to Manchester City. We have also got former Barcelona chiefs in charge at City, including Chiqui, who Messi has worked with before and who I presume has got good working relations with. So he would be used to working with the management at City and with Pep, and so it wouldn't be too difficult for him to hit the ground running if he was to ever leave Barcelona and come to a different league. And the Premier League, one of the most challenging in the world, it would suit him if he wanted to do that, because we have got Pep and Barcelona's former chiefs in charge, because he's used to working with them. So that is a big pulling factor that Manchester City have. Now, the problem that we've got is the amount of money it would cost to sign Lionel Messi. I don't think the fee itself would be massively high. I reckon we're talking a fee less certainly than what PSG had played for Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. I reckon it'd probably be less than what Atletico Madrid had played for João Felix and what Barcelona had paid also for Antoine Griezmann. Now, City, we could work with or negotiate with Barcelona and say, you want Eric Garcia? Here's Eric Garcia, and we'll give them some cash, and we could sign Lionel Messi. I find it crazy that I'm even saying that sentence, but there we go. He's unhappy. But the problem lies with his wage. Apparently, his wage that he's earning at Barcelona, he's one of the best paid football players in the world, if not the best paid football player in the world. And so, Man City have a very tight, strict transfer strategy and wage structure. And it would require City to break both our transfer strategy and wage structure to sign Lionel Messi. Messi would be our highest paid player. He would want to be Manchester City's highest paid player. So we run the risk of upsetting the rest of the team and squad that we've got around us, including players, not so much Sergio Aguero because he's really good friends with Lionel Messi, but I'm talking the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, etc., that are wanting to become City's highest paid players, wanting to become captain, and so Messi could jeopardise that. And so you run the risk that it could potentially, I'm not saying it would, but it could upset the apple cart within the team. City'd have to break their wage structure. I mean, we like offering players around anywhere between 100 to around 350,000 pounds per week. Messi would want maybe double that, maybe even treble that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much he's on at Barcelona. All I know is he's on a lot more than what Manchester City pay their players. And City do that because if they do it once, then all the other players are going to want paying that wage as well. So let's say City offered Messi 500, 600,000. He might want even more, I don't know. Then Kevin De Bruyne would want that as well. And all of a sudden our wage structure gets out of control because then other top players will want that as well. It's difficult, and I don't see City doing that personally, which makes this transfer really difficult. I can see other clubs around the world paying Messi whatever they want. I can see the likes of PSG, if they've got the money to pay him whatever they want. It's quite a scary attack of Neymar, Messi and Mbappe, if I'm completely honest. For PSG, I could see them doing it. If I'm speaking about other clubs, I'm not sure about Manchester United. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Like I said, if United were interested, and I know if City were interested as well, I could see City signing Messi, because I could see him picking us ahead of United, purely because we've got Pep here, and he's used to working with players, and he's got friends here as well, like Sergio Aguero, so it would make sense for him. But other clubs around the world, I can imagine Japanese, Chinese clubs willing to pay him millions a week. I could. Clubs from the Middle East, I can imagine them doing it as well. India as well. I can imagine the United States of America breaking their wage structure to bring in that most valuable asset, Lionel Messi. Imagine the shirt sales you'd get with signing Lionel Messi. Imagine the world attention and how much attention comes with signing Lionel Messi. It's a really complicated deal. The naming rights, the sponsors and everything that comes with it. It's going to be such a complicated, expensive transfer. Trust me, Puma would love Manchester City to sign Lionel Messi. They'd love to have pictures of Lionel Messi with a City shirt, with Puma on there, with Lionel Messi wearing the Puma tracksuits of Manchester City and everything. It would make sense, but it comes at a cost, a lot of money, and Lionel Messi would definitely want a cut of that money. You have to pay Lionel Messi to wear your football boots, okay? It's an expensive, complicated transfer. Lionel Messi is one of, if not the best player in the world. The baggage that comes with signing a player like that is tremendous. Have a look at Juventus and how much it's cost them to sign Cristiano Ronaldo, and it'd be exactly the same with signing Lionel Messi. I will say one thing though, if City are willing to pay all that money, and it doesn't affect me personally, as long as they don't up the price of tickets, then I'd love to see Lionel Messi in a Manchester City shirt. I'd love to watch one of the best players in the world representing Manchester City. I think that'd be great. I think it's unrealistic, but I do think it'd be great. I'd love to know your thoughts of this in the comments below. If we get any more updates on this, then I'll keep you tuned every step of the way. We couldn't, could we? We couldn't sign Lionel Messi. No, surely not. So there we go, that's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Social media links in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen as well. If you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Go and check out the JSGC merch if you so wish. Go and become a JSGC member as well if you so wish. And don't forget also, most importantly, I want to know what you think in the comments below, so let me know. I've been JSGC. I hope everyone is safe and well. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day too. Thank you for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.